Mathijs De Jonge, I hope I pronounced his name right, from Guerrilla Games just uploaded a new video called Guerrilla Talks, giving us some more in-depth information about the upcoming sequel, Forbidden Wilds. And one of the first things he did say was,
Horizon Forbidden West is an open-world action RPG that takes place in the distant future. And you play as Aloy, a hunter of the Nora tribe, who is on an epic quest to solve mysteries and secrets that will change her life forever. The title Forbidden West actually refers to a mysterious new frontier that stretches from Utah in the USA all the way to the Pacific Ocean in the West.
Along with that, he did briefly speak about the loading screens and how fast this game could load.
We really wanted to make a world that is so beautiful that you just want to be there. And with the additional power of the PlayStation 5, we can make that world even more detailed and more vibrant and more immersive. With the PS5's SSD, there will be virtually no loading screens. So in an open world game like Horizon Forbidden West, if you open up the map and fast travel from one end to the other, restarting from a checkpoint will be super fast. And when you boot up the game, you're right there in the action.
Followed by that, he also did speak on Aloy's travels, the map size, and even a bit of the underwater details as well.
As Aloy travels into the Forbidden West, she discovers stunning valleys, deserts and ruined cities full of iconic landmarks. For the sequel, we wanted to go wider and deeper, so the map is a bit bigger, but we also wanted to let players discover what lies hidden beneath the surface of lakes and rivers. The landscapes may be stunning.
Then he spoke about some of the new robots that we did see in the trailer, even the one that was kind of like rising from the water, and even the new flying ones.
But danger lurks in every corner in the Forbidden West. It is home to a large variety of machines. Shell snappers that guard the shores and swamps, snapmaws that hunt the waterways, and sunwings that patrol the skies. Players will discover dozens of new machines as they explore the Forbidden West, and each of these machines has to be scanned and studied in order to fight them effectively. The Forbidden West is also home to new tribes, and some of them are peaceful and others are hostile, and one of these hostile tribes has discovered the knowledge of how to override machines and use them as beasts of war in combat. One of the bigger machines is the mammoth-like Tremor Tusk. It's loaded with weapons and heavy-plated armor. And it's already dangerous when you encounter it in the wilds, but when it's specially outfitted by the tribes, it's even more dangerous.
He later spoke about that red fern looking vegetation that we saw in the trailers that kind of reminded me of the corruption that we remember from the first game.
The Forbidden West harbors an even greater challenge, that's a collapsing biosphere. A red blight infects the lands, it's choking wildlife and starving animals and tribes. And the weather has spiraled out of control, generating massive supercell storms that flood canyons and fields. Aloy will have to go to great lengths in order to save this world. As the game is built and designed on mystery, we don't want to spoil all the surprises today.
And then towards the end of the video, he kind of wrapped it up by saying and announcing that the game will launch 2021 rather, which it kind of makes me think, would it launch around the same time that the first game did, be an early February release, January, maybe a spring release? I would kind of love to play this game in the summertime because typically we know how summer is, but it's the inverse to this summer, where this summer there's a ton of games to play. Now along with this, there was a couple new artworks that was shown. One was used as like where you could use as this new wallpaper, which did kind of show off some of the newer robots. It did show off the one that we seen from the trailer, the big mammoth one, and then it also showed the flying one, a warthog, or as we would call down south, a wild hog robot, as well as what appeared to be a robotic velociraptor, which that kind of has me extremely hyped, because as a big nerd of dinosaurs growing up as a kid, I would love nothing more than to see a robotic velociraptor. That would just put icing on the cake, as well as the robotic pterodactyls that they did show. The remains of what looks to appears to be San Francisco, which is a very torn down, dilapidated city, as well as a torn down San Francisco Bay Bridge. As well as they also did show off a new character, which we don't know if she's going to be hostile, she looks friendly, but the other tribe member who is riding the robotic velociraptor, he appears to be like one of the bad guys from what I can tell. Now I'm looking at this information and I'm telling you, I think Horizon 2 could be an absolute banger. Not only a game of the year candidate, but possibly game of the generation. That's right, you heard it here first. I think, well, I may not be the first one who said this, but I think Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is gonna be a game of the generation. Big facts, because they want to expand on this, and the fact that she's going more westward, which I kind of want to know, like, of course I think we'll find out why in the story that it's called the Forbidden West. Maybe it could be like the equivalent of the Badlands, where it's like you can't, or you should not travel beyond that point, sort of thing, where if you travel beyond that point, it could be sort of a possible point of no return for quite some time after, or until you get to a certain part in the story where you can come back. But yeah, I would like to know why they call it the Forbidden West, but you know, they did say that could be a possible spoiler, so you wouldn't want to spoil something like that. Now this kind of does tell me where that the first game took place. It gives me a greater idea of where the first game took place. Well, we kind of had a feeling where it took place. Mainly the first game took place in Colorado, like the Rocky Mountains, around that area, and this one is going more westward, which I would imagine that, I wonder like how much of the West would be. Will we like go visit a dilapidated Los Angeles, San Diego, or Portland? Like, can we go as far as up to Oregon or Washington, or as far as down as Cabo San Lucas? I would like to know. But if it's a possibility of us being able to travel from, say, what remains of Oregon all the way down to Cabo San Lucas or San Diego, that would be huge. And not just that, but places like what would a dilapidated Las Vegas Strip look like? That would be really interesting to see in this game, and kind of want to know about, you know, what happened in that particular neck of the woods. And maybe it could have been a separate event along with the calamity that happened that caused that area to be known as the Forbidden West. But yeah, it's yet to be seen, but I'm really looking forward to this game, and I think it is going to be a game of the generation. And with that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, consider subscribing for more content like this, and check out my most recent video, which I just uploaded. Depends on what time this recording, either the same day or yesterday. But with that being said, this has been your boy H-Dog, and I'm out.